B.W.O. 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 Brothers with opinions, now we spreading the word. In this world, things get hard cause we been blinded by ignorance, man. Fear the unknown to progress is a hindrance. Silence is consent, so let your voices be heard. Man, we brothers with opinions, now we spreading the word. Bringing light to the dark, revolution is an art. Man, a lot of people talk, but they ain't never walked apart. Gotta shine a light on poverty and fight against injustice. And always speak the truth when the enemy's amongst us.
All right, ladies and gents, welcome back. Unfortunately, it's been a long time since we've been here, but you know, we all got things to do and handle in life. Excited to announce that B.W.O, Brothers with Oil, oh my bad, that's Brothers with Opinions. We are back and we are going to be live after this week. We just got some fine tuning to do, and our brother Zev unfortunately has to work this weekend, so he's not with us, but you can believe he's over there producing that baby oil by the bottle nonstop over at the factory downtown Winchester, wherever he's at with my brother Marcel. Shout out to Selly. Yeah, so we back. Excited that my brother Wayne Rush, Mr. Twin, is back in the building. Tony,
What's up?
Created this whole podcast. He's back, and we're going to get into it right away with some local news and some local sports like we used to do. And then we'll go ahead and slide off into the baby oil topic that the whole world seems to be amused about right now. So, Tony, go ahead and get us into that local news, brother.
Okay. So locally, let's go with football first because it's football season, right? It's fall. It's not basketball season. So Hanley destroyed James Wood 57-16, which was
shout out to them judges, baby.
A record between that series between them with most points scored between those two. So Hanley demolished him. Shout out to Gavin Williams because I think he had a 101-yard interception return for a TD.
It says 99 on the internet, but they always fidget with some things. I wasn't there to see it. I'll definitely tune into our brothers Dwayne and Big Mike's podcast to get more on that. But yeah, it's 100 yards about.
Yeah, it was definitely at least 100. I have to see the rip, but he looked like he picked it off and but I mean, hey, that was a hell of a play, and 100, 101, whatever. And then Triston Darling did his thing, the freshman QB, 2 rushing touchdowns.
He had like 180 yards rushing again.
Yep. And
that's not the QB quarterback freshman. He's a freshman sensation.
Hassan, I'm saying that right. I had 117 yards, I think, to be exact, rushing. So their offense is explosive. I mean, it was close. James Wood gave them a game at first. They got up 10-6, something like that at the end of the first, and then Hanley just exploded on. I think they scored 3 touchdowns in 3 minutes before the end of the half.
I would like to know what we're gonna do when teams force us to pass because we only threw 4 passes.
Mm-hmm. That's very Yeah, we don't. We
got a lot of athletes and we can run the ball like crazy. But what are we gonna do if teams start to force us to pass?
Mm-hmm. Very, very true.
Hanley's got to find a balanced playbook, man. You can't just be one-dimensional.
Mm-hmm. I mean, the run works. I mean, once they started running,
they had over 400 yards rushing yesterday, and they barely run the ball. Like Hassan and Jamal only run the ball 10 to 12 times, but they just dominate.
Mm-hmm.
But like you said, though, like what if you run into a team that the number one run stopper in the region or the area? What are you going to do?
Well, that's what everybody talks about in our area. It's like once we get to the playoffs, when we play the Loudoun Valleys, and Kettle runs, they're passing teams. It's like that's our downfall is we got to be able to pass with because we can't run all over everybody because you get into the playoffs, this, Wayne, and it doesn't get any easier. You got to be able to throw the ball.
Yeah, and from week to week in practice, they need to be opening up that playbook. I mean,
but I will say one thing to the rest of the area. Triston just went to 9th grade. Like he hasn't even been in Hanley for a month. So you guys, good luck for 4 years coming.
Oh, he's the truth. He is the truth. I'll tell you that. Definitely a freakish athlete.
What happened with Millbrook, Sherando, Clark County? Any scores from those schools?
Millbrook. I'm looking right now. Millbrook. Oh, they lost the Skyline. But was that the week before? They haven't played yet, have they? Or did they play last
They
week?
must have had a bye week because I think that was the previous week.
Yeah, that was I don't think Millbrook played. But who is on the tip of my tongue? Sherando destroyed damn it, who they played. Okay, because Sherando to me is another thing to watch out for.
You don't have the scores right there?
Mm-mm. But Sherando should be a team to reckon with, because they're putting up points. So
I can't lie, Sherando was like almost always good. We have their coach, which is usually better, but Sherando just seems to keep going.
You're right. Well, it's just good. I guess I don't know. They come up good coaches, whatever. They do their thing.
I mean, it's a larger area too. There's more kids to choose from, so it's easier for them to rebuild than an actual team like Hanley, who only has one high school in the city. So, depending on population, that can determine how fast you can rebuild. Like a lot of these kids that are coming up, they might not be playing football. They might be basketball players, or they could be baseball players. But
those schools also aren't blessed with a lot of talent, like the freshman sensation Triston. Like we just keep producing people like that in our area and in Winchester limits. So we get blessed with that way.
Right.
Sherando beat Liberty 58-7.
Goodness.
Yeah.
So, but the question is Liberty any good though? What is their record?
They're 0-5.
Exactly. So, I mean, big up to Sherando for winning, but we'll find out when they.
What about Clark County, Skyline, Warren County, and Martinsburg?
So
Martinsburg won against Jefferson, right?
Yes.
Close first half, and then I think they blew them out second half.
Mm-hmm. Dude, I'm telling you right now, Spring Mills must be the truth.
They're 5-0, and they're dominating.
They've scored almost like 270 point offense, something like that, and gave up donuts. They even gave up no points.
When do they play Martinsburg?
Next month, I believe.
You guys should go to that game. That must be the game of the year in that area.
Oh, it will be. But Jed, Spring Mills is killing people.
Yeah, I saw that. They're 5-0 and they are dominating.
Yeah, they're averaging like 40, 50 points a game, and they haven't gave up 1 point yet.
So that'll be a test to see, because I always say, why is Hanley always scared to play Martinsburg? But let's see what happens with that Spring Mills. If they're legit, they might not beat Martinsburg, but they shouldn't get blown out. They should hang with them.
Who, Hanley?
No, Spring Mills and Millbrook game.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Well, Hanley's got to stop being scared and start putting teams like that back on their schedule.
Oh, yeah, Martinsburg.
Yeah, I know.
Well, I can say we're playing Musselman. It's a start. They played Musselman the last 2 years.
But even Martinsburg doesn't even play Musselman.
No,
because they're scrubs compared to Martinsburg. Now, I'm not hating on them.
No, Musselman and Martinsburg play, don't they?
They don't play this year. No, they crush that school every time. So they're like, that ain't no big competition.
Yeah, it's a waste of Martinsburg's time, man.
Well, I mean, they played Jefferson, and I think they played Hedgesville. Those schools, other ones around, but I guess maybe.
Yeah, but look where Musselman is.
Martinsburg and Musselman played every year.
Isn't Musselman in Inwood?
It's located in Inwood.
Yeah.
Yes.
So that's like the reason Hanley doesn't even play Berryville and Clark County. Inwood's so small compared to Martinsburg. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Martinsburg might be bigger than Winchester, so they got a legit powerhouse over there, and they produce multiple college and professional athletes. But yeah, shout out to Martinsburg for being dominant over the last 40, 50 years in our area.
Yeah. That seems what they're trying to do with Spring Mills. They're trying to put Spring Mills on the map out there.
And that's also pretty much Martinsburg. So that has two schools crushing right now.
Exactly. So you got to think about it. Like some kids that probably think that they're not going to start at Martinsburg might be going to Spring Mills. You know what I mean? So that's why they have two good schools out there in that area, man.
Well, they're both 5-0. I can guarantee you one thing. If you put another high school in Winchester this year and split that team up, we would not both be 5-0. We're not even 5-0 right now.
Nah, I think both. If there was two high schools in the city of Winchester, they would probably both be struggling because you'll have to split the kids up. You know what I mean? So like you just said, one team might be dominant at a certain position, but lacking in others. So it'd be
Right.
kind of hard to do that in the city of Winchester. So I think they should just leave it as one high school in the city of Winchester.
Well, I guess as long as they can.
They're never gonna change that because Hanley's so prestigious and shit. But if y'all know the truth, Hanley was called Winchester High School before Hanley was ever there.
Yeah, I heard that.
I would have loved to go to a school called Winchester High. Like Hanley's dope, but we don't even know who John Hanley is. We're not gonna get into all that. But you know what I mean? He never even lived in Winchester. But
Yeah.
Winchester High would have been dope.
I mean, to get all that information, all you got to do is just contact the local historian. I think she lives right across from the old Frederick Douglass School on North Kent.
Yeah, I'm just saying they're never going to have another school in Winchester. They don't want it to be.
Nah, I don't ever see it happening.
They won't even build another middle school. They just added Daniel Morgan and put like 2 schools in one.
Right.
Well,
Yeah.
they call that a campus now. It's not even a school.
Wow. But yeah,
right.
we're rambling, but you know that we're brothers with opinions. That's what we do, man. But we just wanted to bring up a little bit of local stuff. You have anything on Clark County, Warren County, or Skyline?
No, I'll look it up. But because Skyline, we'll find out who they played.
That's how you know it's 2024 and we don't got papers and stuff in front of us. We got to look it up.
That's it. That's all you have to do, man.
Our parents, they would have had the newspapers all laid out with the sports section. Like, right here you go. Let's go. Let's go down to box scores. And
yeah, but originally for our audience, this wasn't originally a part of our show. We just try to shout out the local schools for all the hard work that they're doing and, just keep up the good work. That's all schools in our area.
Because if you really want sports in depth for the local area, I'm going to say it again. Shout out to Dwayne Clark and Mike Dolman, 2 big legends over there from Clark County, man. They got a good little podcast going on called the Ugly Sports Podcast or whatever, Ugly Truth. But they're doing a good thing over there, man, showing a lot of love to all the locals and not just football, but even volleyball and soccer and stuff, man. So you guys tune in. They be going live, and it's more support for the community, man. Big shout out to those guys over there.
Yeah, no doubt, man. Big shout out.
So, local election, you got for mayor, right? You talk about city mayors.
Veach and BPG.
You don't know them, Wayne? They're your neighbors.
Well, myself, I try not to get into the politic thing, man, because politics to me is just really corrupted. So I just try to stay away from it.
I'm just going to give a shout out to Brian Pierce Gonzalez, BPG.
BPG.
He's doing this thing. He's the underdog going against Veach. Because all you see, like Chris said, when he came back, it's like, I see his Veach signs everywhere, but then BPGs are popping up everywhere.
Yeah, I'll give him props, man, because
So the whole point is just go out and vote.
Everybody's brave enough or confident in himself to do it, but he's running. I've seen him signs here and there. But yeah, when I was in Winchester for the Evans Home reunion, everywhere I drove it, but I didn't drive, but I rode around. I saw nothing but blue signs everywhere. Veach, Veach, Veach. And I was like, goodness gracious, he's dominating.
No, but the whole point, I just wanted to get everybody, it starts locally voting. People don't understand, hey, your local politician it starts in your own town. So just get out and vote.
It does, man. And don't vote just for the name, just because you know who the person is, man. Do your research before you actually check the box. Make sure this is the perfect candidate for you to vote for. But like my brother said, just get out there and vote, because if we're not voting, then we're not helping the cause, man.
And don't bitch about who gets in office when your ass didn't even vote. That's people are good for that.
That I hate the most, man. People always want to bitch and complain like, oh, wow, how did he get elected? Well, did you vote? Oh, no. Well, just leave your 2 cents out of it then.
Right.
I'll be honest. I'll say that goes for local, for everybody and everywhere, their local elections and stuff. I just don't believe it's to the bigger things. But next week, we're definitely getting into it for people that's interested into the Kamala and Trump, or Trump and Kamala, and all the red and blue and this and that hoopla. We'll get into that next week. But this week, after we get done talking about some local stuff, we're going to slide on into the baby oil talk.
I was about to say, are you just ready to get into the baby oil?
I mean, we can. I can't lie.
You know,
one bottle of baby oil last me and my profession of being a side massage therapist for like 6 months, man. So to have so-called 1,000 bottles or more, man, we might as well get all into it, man, because that's what it seems like happens at them freak offs.
So, all right.
I guess it's kind of like Costco. You buy it in bulk.
So, what Chris is getting at is P Diddy and the accusation. So let's get into it. What do you feel? Like, how many dildos did they find, supposedly?
I have no idea about all that.
300 and...
No, I want to say it was over 800.
It was wild.
Or 700, some number around there. But
and then how much baby oil? Because Chris keeps talking about this.
1,000 bottles or so, which is just crazy.
Yeah,
because one bottle of baby oil you could have a freak off with, I guess. But they are ready no matter what.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of avenues we can go with this, ladies and gentlemen, because this is way bigger than just Sean, Puffy Combs, and all those celebrities, hip hop celebrities and actors and actresses and stuff. Those are the faces that we all know. We grew up, which is crazy, loving, listening to music, watching movies and shows and stuff. But there's so many more people that created and cause all this are the real ringleaders behind the scenes. But I think that's what they're trying to save face from, is of those kind of people getting called out. So when they raided Diddy's house, they raided 2 of his 3 houses and didn't show the 3rd house, but they're saving evidence from people such as Barack Obama and Donald Trump being called out because they've been part of those freak offs. It's not just Sean Combs and Mary J. Blige and Usher. It's a lot more to it, but they don't want people to know because, that's when it's the same thing as Epstein. We're never going to see that list, and you're never going to see the whole list about Diddy's parties because they make sure of that. And if Diddy tries to talk, the same thing that happened to Epstein, I believe, will happen to Diddy. They will off that young man, and he will be gone too.
Yep.
But then again, if you guys look at the history of a song like we love, like what, 2000, 2001 it came out, the Let's Get It, take this money. Ain't no way you can take this from me. And what he's saying in the very beginning, tell the cops, the feds, the EA to come get me. Something, something, something. If I go down, you're all going with me. He warned us 25 years ago.
Yep.
Yeah, you're right. And that's it. Were you a P Diddy fan?
P Diddy, no.
But of course, we know him as Puff Daddy.
Yeah. I grew up on Puffy. I was a fan. I knew he was never a rapper, and he always had people writing for him, which is my favorite line he ever said was, "Don't worry if I write rhymes. I write checks." And I was like, oh, that goes hard. And I think Jada wrote that for him or whoever, but still. That's just, look, you know what I really want to get into too? When did Puffy get famous? It wasn't until Biggie and Pac both died.
Exactly.
And then he really got famous. And the day after Biggie died, him and Faith already had the song that, Puffy stole, and he still pays $2 million per month, which is crazy, to Sting for I'll Be Missing You or whatever that is. Right. We all know that song. But even back then, I was like, how's he got this song out already? And his boy, one of his best friends, just died. He got murdered.
Well, it kind of reminds me of The Simpsons, man. It's like they tell you what's going to happen before it even happens, man. Like they already know, man. I mean, when you have control and power and money, there's a lot of things that they know way before the average citizen does, man. And then they don't want to link certain stuff out. That's why, you only hear certain things on the news about certain things. They won't tell you the whole picture or the whole story. Just like the situation.
Puff had them both killed.
Well, there's a lot of rumors flowing around that he had those 2 guys removed. And I also heard that, he had a little something to do with the Nipsey Hussle. Because the girl that was dating him, her sister was actually working for Bad Boy Entertainment. And just
that's Lauren London.
Exactly. Mysteriously, Nipsey just all of a sudden just disappears and dies, man. But they're basically saying Lauren London basically set him up to get murdered.
We'll never know all the truths behind it. I just know that there's a lot more behind the scenes and that all this Diddy stuff is coming out for multiple reasons. But for one, how often does it seem like the black man, the entertainer black men, they get built up and they become so huge figures entertainment wise, and then they get tore down when they try to do something else. Like Bill Cosby, he tried to buy NBC. They was like, what? And then Prince and Michael Jackson calling out the entertainment industry, and for the ones that really run it, they got silenced. All these people, they're getting taken out.
But like all these videos that are surfacing.
Puffy trying to sue the Ciroc owners and this and that. Dude, they're not playing that. They really got money and wealth in this whole world, and they will silence you or do what they want.
Yeah.
Never bite the hand that feeds you, they say. And I mean, it just goes to show they'll give you a whole lot of this and that. And they put people on top, but they also put them on top to dumb us down, man. Look how many of us really just listen to all this music and follow all these famous celebrities and this and that. But look how many one-hit wonders you guys remember. How many songs y'all know by Mark Morrison besides Return of the Mac?
Right.
People chose to say no to going through one of those doors that supposedly everybody's finding out about now. But they was like one-hit wonders. Guess what? I took my 15 minutes of fame and ran. I said no to all that extra stuff. Cat Williams too. Now he's made it more famously, but he was like, look, they try to pay me $50 million for this and that, but he's been called out.
Cat was warning us.
His first stand-up, it was so funny and everybody was laughing. Everybody thought he was just telling jokes, but he was telling the truth.
Yeah, that's what I was like. Cat has been putting it out there.
Him and Dave Chappelle for years have been telling us the truth.
Yeah,
but everybody just thinks they're funny stand-ups and stuff.
Mm-hmm. And now you look back, he was spitting facts.
When Dave made it big, they tried to make him go through the certain doors, and he said nope. And then they was like, "Why did he run to Africa?" Well, he tell you why I ran to Africa. Because these people can kill him.
Yeah, I was like, why Dave disappear and go off supposedly the deep end? Right.
But they make you look crazy when they don't want you to know what they're telling us. Like Kanye. They made Kanye look crazy. In reality, Kanye was calling everybody out. Like, it might hurt people's feelings. LeBron James is in this shit too. The people like, no way. Dude, I don't always believe stuff either until you realize, look, there's a whole lot of stuff out there. And I'm not going to get onto all of it now because we're going to try to stay on the Diddy stuff. But even LeBron, I feel like LeBron had something to do with Kobe's death. And people are like, oh, you going too far. I'm like, dude, don't think there's not. People when they want to take the top spot from everything, they erase the competition.
Hey,
I mean,
that's wild.
It's real fishy to me because, like, okay, when Kobe died, you know, as an airplane operator or pilot, you're taught to not fly through crazy conditions. And that pilot still decided to take it into his own initiative and still fly that plane, man.
Yeah, the helicopter, but yeah.
So we definitely got to hold him accountable. Who's to say that Kobe just said, hey, screw it. I need to get here. You know, we'll never know the actual truth to this stuff because it's behind like closed doors, man. Just like their skeletons. It's in closets, man. We will never know until someone inside Intel leaks something out. That's why I give big shout out to Jaguar Wright. She was in the industry, but she's tired of being silent, man. She's throwing a lot of stuff out there, and people need to listen to Jaguar because she's Intel, man.
You know who would have the biggest podcast in the world right now if they came out with one? Jaguar Wright, Orlando Brown, and Cat Williams if they started one together.
Oh, yeah.
Man, it'd probably be like freaking 50 million followers, man.
Jeez.
Yeah, because they're exposing everything. Believe them or not, everything is just, you know, we're telling it what we know, how we feel. That's why we're brothers with opinions, man. But, dude, you know what makes me sick sometimes, too, is when we listen to songs and we love them. Dude, go back to the original I Need a Girl, the Puffy joint.
Yeah.
I need a girl to ride. Like, he's saying girls, like, we get it. And as guys, we're like, all right, cool, girls. But what he say? We used to play fight under covers. We was more than lovers. We was like brothers.
Yeah.
Ooh, I ain't never fought with. I lived in the Evans home. We never wrestled and played fight underneath the covers. We might have fought in the room and wrestled around. We are not under the covers.
I might have done that with my childhood sweetheart.
and then look,
I'm not doing that with no brother.
But he's got video footage when Kevin Hart and them was going live, and Diddy didn't realize it because he's all wasted and drugged out. He's like, remember with Usher? He's talking to Usher. Remember we used to wake up, wrestle? We used to play around. He's like, oh. And he caught himself, but it was too late. He was like, we used to fight over the Frosted Flakes, this and that. But now that you think about it, Puffy was talking about Usher.
Yeah, he was.
We used to play fight under the covers. We was like brothers. And yeah, they was like brothers. He was just 10 and Diddy was like 19 at the time. But man, it's so crazy because who allowed Usher at 10 years old to stay with Puffy? L.A. Reid facilitated it, but he ain't the dad or mom of fucking Usher.
Mm-hmm.
So where's the parents at? Who allowed that? I would never allow my kid to go stay with another person, let alone a grown man. I don't care if they're rich or not, and they got money and can help them at 10.
Yeah, that doesn't even sound right. Like, I know it's a career changing move for Usher, but to go and stay with an adult that's not even related to you, you know, it's like pawning kids off, man. It's just like, this stuff's got to stop, man.
And
They
in
talk
that song,
about
Usher's the one that's singing the vocals on it. I need a girl, and he's fucking moaning and stuff in the background. You know, I'm like, yo. Now that we know that we're older and stuff, we're like, what? Like he was really messing with that little kid Usher and stuff. So I can't fault Usher and Justin Bieber and them when they were little kids and they got drugged and got molested and they got into that life. But once they knew it and they had the money and the fame, they ran with it. So now I can fault them because now you know better once you're old enough.
Yeah, see, that's the biggest issue right there is the whole being drug thing. Like, these kids are being lured in and right out of nowhere, here, take this drink, you know? And, you know, as a young kid, you're just thinking, oh, somebody made me a drink, but you never know what's inside of that drink, man. And once you taste it, they got you.
Mm-hmm.
And then that's when
he said she got drugged at one of those parties, and she like when you're young, people tell you, right, don't leave your drink unattended and go back and get it, and that's anywhere. She did. Next thing you know, they was like she was blackout, sloppy, falling down. They had to put her in a room, and there was other celebrities there. They didn't know what to do. She said, "Thank God, Janet Jackson was there. Came in, gave her the right kind of stuff she needed to make her function enough to be able to be kind of awake to be like she could get herself together."
Yeah, but who hasn't been at his parties?
Man, he invites all celebrities to the parties.
Like,
but the key is, when the party starts, it's a regular party, but then there's an after party. See, I watched a video surface on Denzel Washington.
He said he had to go.
He was at these parties, but he said once that after party kicked in, Denzel got in his car and he said, I got to go because I'm not with this.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Well, weren't they saying there was like certain rooms, he had certain rooms and shit was going on and blah, blah, blah.
Dude, there's people that have put videos out talking about they went through these hallways looking for bathrooms, and every door they open up is not a bathroom. Come on, man. If you got a house like that, every room should have a bathroom in it.
Yeah.
And all these locked doors, man, like, it's just, you know, it's just a little shady business, man.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what I don't like about the whole situation is, like, if we get in trouble or do something of this nature, we're held accountable for what we did. And that's what this is boiled down to, man. These people need to be held accountable for the crimes and the horrific things that they have done to underage kids, man. They've been doing this for numerous years, man.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
But when you have control, money, and power,
I was going to say control, money,
and you're part of that secret society, man. Like, you can cover things up, just like my brother Chris said it early in the show. Puffy had 3 mansions, man. They searched 2 of them. And the third one just was like, they brought items out in a brown box in a bag. What was in those boxes? Probably tapes and footage or evidence on higher up people that they don't want to be brought down. So they're going to eliminate that stuff, man. You'll never see that surface. You'll never see those videos. Apparently he was recording incidences that were going on in his house, his mansion, but you'll never see those.
Right. Oh, I mean, it's like you say, it's like the Epstein list. You're never going to see it, or whatever you see, is it true or false, you know, factual or not?
Right. And growing up as a kid, man, that's all I ever wanted to do, man, was just try to be a professional athlete, the fame. But to me, if I would have became famous, man, I'm definitely not changing my lifestyle, man. You got to not forget where you come from, man. Don't get lured into these so-called freak-off parties, man. Like, you have your own brain. You can make your own decisions, man.
Right.
So if you see something out of the unordinary, man, don't be afraid to speak up. But in this industry, man, when you speak up like that, a lot of people start disappearing, man.
Yeah.
So
I'm glad I never made it rich and famous, because I would have said no to all that. I'm sorry.
Well, that's just like,
and I know when
said.
I was young, people would be like, well, you'd have to switch your name because there's already a famous Chris Tucker. Well, guess what? I'm glad I didn't even attempt to try to be rich and famous if I could have, because Chris Tucker was on the Epstein list. And I'm going to be honest, I love him.
Yeah.
funny actor, but he was on the Epstein list too. We'll never know the truth. But hey, just like don't forget people like Leonardo DiCaprio and all these people, they had the Diddy parties all the time, freak off. And you can see some wild footage and videos with them too.
Exactly.
But look how big they are. They're not just people that made movies and are in things and be like, oh, I remember that actor, actress. No, these are superstars. That's how they made it that big. And Diddy facilitated a lot of it with the help of those that they won't let the names come out about.
Yeah.
Right.
It's just
Tony,
like,
what you think about all this?
What's that?
What you think about all this stuff that's going on? That's coming to light now, finally, after we've been knowing these people for 30 years plus.
Yeah, I mean, it's what, and the thing is like when I joked about, like, I was never a P Diddy, Puff Daddy fan, and I always thought there was something off about him anyway. I mean, honestly, people may not believe me or not, but I always thought something was off. So nothing to me in life, and probably you too, nothing surprises me anymore. You know what I mean? It's like the wild stuff that goes on.
And what's
doesn't surprise me.
What's Puffy's theme? What's he always say when we was younger? We said it not thinking nothing of it and thought it was funny, but what he always say in everything?
Oh hell, I don't. What would he
take that? Take that! Take that!
Gosh.
Hey, when you have power, you can take that, take that, take that.
So,
like this is no secret, man. Like, you know, the private island with Jeffrey Epstein. We know the freak off parties, but it's all about staying in your lane. Once you try to step outside of that lane, that's when the people that really control those people put them in their place, man, because they're a threat now. You know, like if we would just listen to some of these lyrics closely and some of these songs that were being heard from a lot of these celebrities, man, they're telling us the whole story, man. But we're just not putting the pieces of the puzzle together. Like Beyonce has a song that goes on. She rants about
symbol shaped just like it.
Yeah. But Beyonce, she's got a song that's kind of disturbing to me, talking about a puddle of blood, like in her house on the steps, and she starts talking about a lady, like apparently Jay-Z's mistress, that she basically says she liked her and her arrogance got in the way. So basically, me personally, I think Beyonce had something to do with the disappearance of Kathy White, which was Jay-Z's alleged mistress. And now
I
you
agree.
see how their names
with Aaliyah being disappeared.
Yeah, Aaliyah's another one.
Yeah, man. Prince, Whitney, Bill Cosby. You know,
but I'm talking about the death of Aaliyah, man. Look, I've loved Jay-Z since '96 when I went to basketball camp in Greensboro, North Carolina, and I bought that Reasonable Doubt album the summer '96. I fell in love with him, and I've loved his music. But now that I look at it, man, look, he's probably more guilty than Diddy as far as what he controls. He just moves a lot smarter than Diddy. He don't put himself ever out there in all that stuff. But he's been involved in all of it. Right. And he's going down. Beyonce's going down. Jennifer Lopez going down. Kim Kardashian and the Kardashians, they all going down when this shit comes out.
Exactly. But they're trying to put their shit together and cover their tracks so none of these people really get exposed, man. That's why situations like this, the investigation, it's just like dragged out until they figure out how we're going to present this. You know what I'm saying? It's like getting your ducks in order, man. And that's what they're doing right now.
Right. To a certain extent, though, I feel you, twin, because like I said, yes, all this stuff is out, but guess what they got doing? They got all of us lesser so-called people speaking about it and distracted with this and that while they're doing other things behind the scenes. But Diddy and them aren't the powerful ones behind all this. He's the powerful one in the entertainment industry that we see. But there's people that give these people those permissions, that power, that authority, and that money to do things. And their names are the ones that won't come out.
Right.
That's what I always hate. Those names are never going to come out because they will get silenced before it happens. And they will throw Puff Daddy and all these people under the bus before they ever allow that to come out about them.
Yeah, exactly. Puff Daddy, believe it or not, he's a powerful figure when it comes to a businessman. Puff Daddy sold Ciroc, you know what I mean? Because he branched off and wanted to get into this tequila and this Casamigos and this Don Julio. But it was so funny that the dude that basically owned or basically was selling the Ciroc, he was having to sell the Casamigos and the Don Julio for Puff Daddy, man. So they're basically, Puff Daddy's like, I don't need you. I can do this and make my own money instead of you just paying me off sponsorship. It's almost like they want you to stay in your place, man. They don't want you bigger than them.
Right.
But they always want to remain behind the scenes because they just sit back and collect the money.
Exactly. You know
so
what I mean?
Puffy was the face of the entertainment. And guess what he did? He helped so many people in the so-called hip-hop culture and
he did.
And everything else love Ciroc and start buying crazy bottles of Ciroc and everything else. But Puffy never really owned any of it.
I'll tell you right now, Ciroc sales were down until Ciroc signed Puffy as a sponsor. Basically, however many cases we sell, we'll give you this off of it, Puffy. But really, Puffy saved Ciroc. And then all of a sudden, Ciroc started coming out with all these flavors: berry, pineapple, coconut, French vanilla for French Montana. That was all P. Diddy.
But what did P. Diddy do that they didn't like? He started calling out racism. Yeah. And that's when they was like, all right, now you bit the hand that feeds you. And we about to shut you down, young man.
Diddy was very powerful, man. He was to the point where he was wanting to start his own political party for black people. And, you know, that's a whole nother topic. We won't get into that. But, I mean, the dude, we might not like these freak-offs that we're hearing about, but at the end of the day, he was a businessman. We all loved all artists that came through Bad Boy Entertainment. You remember the 112s, you remember the Bass, you remember the Biggies. Everybody loved it. But we didn't know what was going on outside of the music world.
Well, look how big it is, Wayne and Tony, if you look at it. Okay, where's Biggie at?
Dead.
Where's Craig Mack?
Dead.
Where's Black Rob?
Dead.
Where are all of the founders and starters of his first record label, except for him and Al B. Shore? Exactly. Including Kim Porter.
Yep.
Dead. Where's Tupac?
Dead.
Where's Aaliyah?
Dead.
What'd you just say, Nipsey Hussle? Where's all these people that make it? Puffy and them got control, man, and Jay-Z too. When they want to be on top, they will push everybody to the side or kill them off so that they can be on top. And that's why I'm very disappointed in Jay-Z. Now that I'm seeing and hearing all this stuff, I'm like, damn, I knew he was a part of a lot of extra crazy stuff. But now that we look at it now, I'm like, damn, because Puffy didn't become famous until Biggie died like that. They knew him. He wasn't famous, but he had that song out the day later. He went on tour, like all the people. Sean Poe took 10 years for him, like all this stuff, man. They let you ride as long as they want you to, but if they think you might take their spot or you're going to be bigger than them, they like, nope.
Oh, that's what I'm saying.
Got to eliminate.
I was like, you didn't want to play second fiddle to anybody.
Him, Jay-Z, and Beyonce don't want us to play second fiddle to nobody, and they don't.
B.I.G. blew up. Yeah, that's all everybody knew.
And how crazy it is, because we love Biggie, and his lyrics and his flow was crazy. But if you go look at all those videos, little did we know, because we were fucking teenagers, there's transsexuals in all those videos.
Yeah, man.
And I'm like, damn, how did Biggie not realize there's dudes out there dancing with fucking, like, I'm just like, man, I'm not against any of people being gay or whatever they are. But, dude, that was stuff that was going on we had no idea about, but they was throwing in our face as little kids.
Yeah. Yep. It was right in front of our face, but we just didn't, we were just oblivious to it, you know what I mean?
We didn't know about it, but
really pay attention.
I'll be honest, the Polecats and the Dwayne Clarks and all them, they older than us. They didn't know. Y'all didn't see that? Because we was young. We didn't even understand. We had no idea what that was. We didn't know. And we just thought it was girls because we didn't think about it. But now you look back and it was dudes with big grown shoulders. They had Adam's apples and stuff. And I'm like, damn. Now you look at it now, it was like, what? And those same transvestites or transsexuals, whatever, they was in all these videos.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, when you go to these parties, man, like, once you get there, it's kind of like a trap, man, because, you know, all these high celebrity profile people, they live in gated communities. They got bodyguards. It's like, look, man, stay in your lane and your place. If you get out of line, we'll remove you. It's just that simple, man. You know, some of these bodyguards, man, they're hitmen.
Mm-hmm.
You got the mafia. You got Homeland Security. Like, all these people are high up power, man, and they can remove a lot of shit, man, as far as evidence and people, man.
Right. Because who am I thinking of? You said, who were we talking about? Jimi Hendrix?
Yeah.
You said his manager. That's another.
His manager was a British intelligence agent, man. But this was this guy's agent, though.
Yeah.
And we won't get into that either, because that's a whole nother topic. The British and U.S. imperialism.
But it just shows you, I guess, the shade, behind the scenes, like these people with power. His agent had that much power,
Yeah.
So you just never know who people are, I guess.
Exactly.
Or you don't hear.
Do your research before this person says, "Oh, here, sign him as your agent," or like know who these people are that are supposedly workers for you. You know what I mean? Like your accountants and shit. Man, you got to know background history on these people, man, or you can get robbed. You can get removed from the surface of this earth. Like it's just a lot of stuff, man. Like,
you know who else used to warn us and tell us about it when we was young and we loved them, but we was still too young to really understand?
George
DMX.
Carlin.
DMX.
Oh yeah, DMX did.
He used to always tell us and warn us and his own things, and that's why I think he created stuff so much, because he knew what was going on and that whole industry was corrupt.
Where's DMX at?
Gone.
Apparently from what?
They always gonna say drugs for everybody. Oh, they did too much drugs.
It's always an overdose or
just like when Whitney Houston died. Who died not too long after? Her freaking daughter. Her daughter.
Yep, Bobby Brown.
I forgot about that.
Bobby, which was the daughter's name.
Yeah. So we removed Whitney, but we still have a threat. Her daughter. Her daughter still knows a lot. And somehow, some way, they both died from the same cause. Cocaine, drugs. Man,
have
whatever.
Have you guys
man.
seen or heard any videos from Jay-Z or LeBron James since all this has come out?
No,
of course not.
You're not going to.
It's like you don't hear now that this has come out. You have everybody's silent. Nobody spoke out.
Mary J. Blige, my favorite singer of all time. I love Mary J. Blige the most. She was flying a 14-year-old boy out to see her all the time, and she had sexual acts with him. I'm like, 14?
Right. But that's what everybody was saying. I forget who I was talking to, but they were saying, hey, LeBron James has always got his mouth open about anything else, but now that this is out, he ain't saying nothing. Which is it's true. You talk about everything else on your you have that platform.
Oh, hell, mind being
now you can't make an athlete like LeBron James, but you can make their career last as long as it has compared to everybody else. And as great as he is, there's things we won't know about. How is that happening? Yes, he's super God gifted compared to almost anybody that's ever been born. But there's a lot of things that this young man is able to do and still do at his age that nobody else has ever done, because you've reached a certain level where there's nobody can touch you. But he's not going to come out and speak on this Puffy thing. But you guys can watch videos. He's like, ain't no party like a Diddy party.
Yes.
Like,
yeah, well, tell us about
these. You know what's going on.
Why don't you tell us about these Diddy parties, since there ain't no party like his?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
What'd you do up in there? What was going on, LeBron?
Not going to hear it.
But you're not going to hear it because he don't want to be a P Diddy. He don't want to be a Jeffrey Epstein. You got to know your role, man. And LeBron knows his role. He cannot speak on this topic, man, and he will not, and neither will Jay-Z.
Right.
They've disappeared. You haven't heard nothing from them. Well, let's keep going, man. Look, we wanted to speak about it, and we know the whole world is talking about it, at least the people that are into this entertainment thing. I can say the whole world, but I've had people tell me, look, it's not the whole world. It's more like United States, America. And they kind of right, because there's people in many countries, they don't care nothing about what we're talking about with this Puffy thing right now. But the truth is, fellas, we're never going to know half of the facts. Right. And that's why we're just sharing our opinions, man.
Because we're
starting next week, we're going to allow y'all guys to tune in and go live with us too, man. And that's why I always give props where it's due, because I'm not saying we were or were not inspiration for Dwayne and Mike to start their own podcast. And, they're doing it their way, but we're able to chime in and leave comments or even get on there live while they're recording. And we're going to start doing that next week too, fellas, because we want everybody to chime in. And it doesn't matter how old you are, where you're from or not. If you got some feedback or something you want to chime in with the brothers with opinions, we would love you guys too, because it's about everybody, man. It's not just about Tony, Chris, Zeb, and Wayne's opinions, man. We just like to share our own. And we started a platform that we're proud of and glad to be back in it. But we want everybody to be a part of it and share your thoughts and opinions, man. Don't be worried about what nobody else thinks. Just share your thoughts, because if you don't say anything, then you won't be heard.
Very true.
Exactly, man. And I don't come on this podcast with you guys for a clout or to become rich. I come on this podcast because you're my brothers. We keep it 100, and we want to just build a platform for where your voice can be heard, man. They say America is freedom of speech, man. You should be
That's a
allowed to
lie.
say whatever you want to say. I don't care who it offends because it's just my opinion. Don't take it so personal. Don't get inside of your personal feelings. We all have our own opinions, man. We see it all day on social media. People post this and post that, says this and says that. But don't ever think we're here trying to tell you the absolute truth. We're just trying to voice our opinion on the situation.
That's it. And we're
we're
glad
not
you're
asking
back,
for
Wayne.
a hug from both sides.
Nah, not at all.
We're glad
And
we're
definitely
glad
not
you're
from a
back.
guy.
We're glad you're back, Wayne. Wayne is back.
Yeah, I had to take a little leave of absence, but I'm
Full
back.
effect.
But we're all back, man. We haven't been here in like 10 months, but we're back. This is the relaunch episode, man. Just to let you guys know, Brothers with Opinions are back, fully in attack, man. And proud of what everybody's doing. Wayne, Tony, even my brother Zeb. That's why Zeb, like I said, couldn't be here. He's over there grinding right now.
Mhm.
And yeah, we want people to join. We want people to be a part of what we're doing, man. And we love seeing all the other podcasts and stuff that have started up since BWO has started. And I'm not going to be like BWO started everything. It's a lot of factors to why people do what they do. But it is a little, feel good story to be like, well, BWO was one of the first in the whole area to start. And now we have all these other people doing it. But look, man, we stopped doing it for a while. We had some things to regroup and gather and make sure we're professional enough to do this. And if we mess up or you guys don't like certain things we're doing, not what we're saying, but how we're saying it, or if we cut each other off too much, or, we want y'all's feedback. Like one time we heard it from Stephanie Washington, we talk over each other too much. We listen to that and we try not to do it as much, but we need more feedback from you guys or we won't know good or bad what we're doing.
Very true.
Everything you said is just going to help our show and our platform out, man. So, like I said, listen to my brother Chris. If y'all got any feedback, opinions, or topics that y'all want to be heard,
Be a guest.
we got other platforms. We got Facebook. Shoot us a message, man. Reach out to us.
Facebook,
Absolutely.
Instagram, X. We're on all three of the Brothers with Opinions pages out there.
Some of the topics we have coming up within the next couple of weeks is definitely the presidential election. It's also with Javion, right, Wayne? His name is Javion in Carolina.
Yeah, Javion McGee. He was a truck driver that was found hanging from a tree in Henderson, North Carolina.
So
and
yeah,
just recently,
we'll
I
be
heard
talking about that. We got a lot of things coming up, but those are some of the main topics we're going to be bringing up in the next couple of weeks. If you guys want to be a guest, reach out to one of the brothers, let us know, and we'll definitely get you guys on. If you're from the West Coast, it's a little difficult because we do like to do it early in the morning and get it over with so everybody can enjoy their Sunday. But yeah, if you guys don't speak up, we won't know. We've had a lot of great guests in the past, and we're looking forward to some more guests coming up in the near future, man, because BWO is back, and you guys can call us Brothers with the Oil or whatever you want, but we're back.
Okay. Well, sounds good. Wrapping it up here.
Yeah, I know
So
Wayne
until
has
next
his, like,
week.
Wayne has his corner with Twin where he has these little betting tips. If Wayne wants to get into that real quick.
Oh, you're going to give some betting tips real quick before we get off, Wayne?
No, I wanted this week to just focus on the P Diddy a little bit. We didn't really go into full detail with this topic because, we still have a lot of stuff that we need to gather to give you a little bit more information on what's going on with this P Diddy situation. So we might have another show, a part 2 of the P Diddy, but we're just
I'm sure.
We're just letting everybody know, just follow this investigation because I don't want it to get swept under the rug because, we got the presidential election coming up and it can easily get swept under the red carpet, man. You know what I mean? So we're going to keep voicing this until justice is served, man. Whoever is included in this little freak off stuff, they need to be held accountable.
I will also say, since the Diddy allegations and stuff, there has been a lot of CEOs, high-ranked officers in lots of different areas, tweets deleted from numerous celebrities, a lot of people stepping down, even this DNA website, everybody stepped down. And it all has to stem from Diddy being investigated, his stuff going on, because everybody now is scared that shit, we're all going to get involved and caught out because they are all involved.
Everybody's deleting accounts and taking. They're going in hiding now.
That's
Have you
facts,
guys
man.
heard anything from Justin Bieber since this came out?
No,
Because
Nah,
he fears for his life.
exactly.
nope.
We all remember
Usher
that
hasn't
video.
said one word.
Nobody has. Who has said anything about this?
Nobody. Nobody.
The people that are calling it out, Orlando and Jaguar and Cat.
Yeah, employees underneath of all these high-profile people.
Yep.
You know, and I don't blame Justin Bieber, man. Yeah, he changed his number. Yeah, he don't want nothing to do with Diddy no more, man. Like, we all remember that video when he was by the jet and Bieber comes up and he slightly hugs him, but he starts patting him down like he's got a wire on and stuff, man. Like, come on,
Yeah, that's
man.
wild.
Like they know what's going on, man. That's why Bieber is hush hush now, man. Bieber does not want to die this way, man. And he shouldn't die this way.
I don't know. We'll see.
But I just want everybody to just open your eyes up, man, and just pay attention on what's going on in this world with high profile people. Like my brother Chris and I, we had a conversation last night about all these organizations with the 3-letter words.
They should
That's
all be
not us,
deleted.
is it? Oh,
Say it again, Chris.
They should all be deleted, and we should start from scratch. And most of them should be erased. If you think about it, all the 3-letter words are real big gangs, and they control everything. And we're not even allowed to question most of it.
Exactly.
The CIA, the FBI, even the DOE, right? Department of Education.
Yeah.
All of this stuff is corrupt, man.
The DEA.
It's a different subject for another day, but all of this stuff is ridiculous. How we've just listened and been conformed to the systems that they've created, but it's BS.
That's what it is. You just said it. It's a system that they created, and whatever information that they collect, they're just going to give us intel on what they want us to know. They're not going to give us the full details. Like you said, them 3-letter words, the DEA, FBI, CSI. Like, I mean, this goes on, man. And there's no way that you can get behind the scenes with any of those organizations.
Nope, but they're more involved than anything. I believe the FBI started Hollywood.
I believe it.
And that's a way to mind control the masses.
Where's the interviews from some of these 3-letter word organizations since all this went down? We haven't had an update from none of these people.
Who runs the FBI? Because I don't know. I never hear about that. Who runs the CIA? We don't even. People that work for those organizations aren't even allowed to tell you they work for them.
It's, to me, it's secret society. And who's a secret society? It's a cult / mafia, man.
Yeah, the real Illuminati.
Yeah. So,
but anyway, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna do what they don't usually do, probably at those freak offs, and just wrap it up for the day. Right? So we're gonna let you guys go ahead and get your grills out, and get your good Sundays going on. If you're just getting out of church or you're getting ready for Sunday football, whatever you're getting ready for. Hope you guys have a blessed day, a blessed week, and get excited, man, because Tony Dinges, Wayne Rush, Zeb Weaver, and Chris Tucker, we're back, man. We're back better than ever. We're going to be recording and going live next week, but this is the prelude to the Real BWO relaunch next week. But we just wanted to get y'all a little greasy this week with that baby oil episode.
A little teaser. Yeah. All right. Well, teaser. Sounds good, fellas.
Yeah, just don't be afraid, man. Baby oil, you can use it for certain things, man. Just don't use it for freak offs. I mean, if it's your wife,
words of advice. If
it's your wife and you, I mean, understandable. But man, if it's a group of the same sex in there, I mean, I'm not against gay people. Do what you got to do, but the underage stuff's got to stop, man.
Yeah,
because Bieber and Usher were babies; they were kids.
Exactly, man. We don't need to do this, man. I have kids, man.
Orlando Brown was a kid. That's why he's calling everything out.
Right.
But
like I said, stay tuned, man, because this is just part 1 of this investigation, man. So we will relaunch another part 2 to this P Diddy freak off with the B.W.O.
All right. Sounds good, fellas. So we'll see you
y'all have a great rest of February.
Next week.
February.
Good stuff. February. Is that what you...
Because it feels like it's been that long since we've done a show. But yeah, man, 2 days left in this month. And we'll see you guys back in October where it really gets spooky.
All right. Sounds good.
All right, everybody have a blessed day and stay safe.
Stay safe, everyone.
With opinion,
Later.
big voice, no silence, revolution televised. Ain't no good in private, not knowledge to the ignorant. Ain't never been bliss. Stand up and be heard. We the new activists. Yeah, brothers with opinion, let the convo begin. You know communication key, but then you must comprehend. Preach B.W.O. Let your voices be heard. We enlightened by the truth, and now we spreading the word. Let's go. How do we learn to live when we conditioned to die? Most people fail before they start because they don't ever try. Man, they told us we was worthless. We believed in the lie. We took it way too literal when Big said ready to die. You know the KKK turned the cops in disguise. Man, a lot done changed, but race still applies. 5-0, hands up, don't even ask why. Trayvon, Mike Brown, man, another mother's cry. Hey.